Are we the first two in, Jody?
I don't know. There's somebody else. I'm not sure who it was. I didn't catch their name.
Yeah, I was in and I jumped back out. I lost my connection.
I didn't realize we were having a meeting.
Yeah, the email went into my spam folder. So I'm thankful Karen sent that text.
Are you working?
Just got home.
Is it
Hi, Hazel.
Kitty? Oh, I need a cat. I don't know if I'll be able to stay out very long. It's cold. I didn't bring my jacket out.
Getting soft with all that office work.
Oh, freezing. It'll be cold. Be 30 degrees on Thursday.
It's 6:34. I'm wondering if somehow or not.
Says there are 5 people in now. There's Megan.
Oh, okay.
Hi.
Okay,
hey. I can't get back to my screen.
Yeah, I see.
Not on the screen. But are you on the Zoom? Yeah. Okay. Somebody strictly. How do you? Don't you want to hear it? Yeah. How do you do that?
Is
Yes.
that hand right there? I can't tell.
I'll leave him on the video. That's Henry.
Hey.
That's it. Want me to leave it open in case he wants to come in? We'll go in there with Daddy if you want.
Is this tonight for power lifters?
I don't know, Cindy.
Are you a fit coach?
This is Jody. I don't know what's going on for sure.
Oh, well, then it's for power lifters. Okay.
I think it is, Cindy.
Yeah, because you're not going through the training and stuff. Okay. Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Cindy.
Hi.
How do I get back? Oh. Cindy, you missed Henry.
Oh, Meg, are you on?
Yeah.
Hi. How are you?
Good. I had Henry on. Let me see how I switch.
Oh, okay. I saw him.
Yeah. Henry.
Henry.
Oh, dude.
We just got back from a long walk.
Oh, we got back from a walk too. I had an implant today in my tooth.
Oh no, you're still going through this.
Yeah, so now the bone has been grafted.
Uh-huh.
And so then I have a flipper. Isn't it pretty?
Oh.
So I can't lift until Saturday. I didn't know that, but anyway.
Oh, really? Oh, because you will grind or bite down on it?
Well, I have stitches in there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
So that's that. It's Chris hopping on.
I don't know. I don't see her.
Chris Horst is on.
Yeah, not Chrissy.
Yeah. Oh, Kimmy's on. Kim's on. Megan, Jody. Yeah. Is Karen on, Jody?
She's working, so I don't know if she's going to be able to make it or not.
Oh,
Michael's,
Okay. Oh, Michael's on?
yeah, Michael's on somewhere. He was just on here. I think we were the ones on.
Mm-hmm.
Chit
Well,
chat.
it never starts on time, so just saying.
Truth.
It is. It is. How you getting along with your arm, Jody?
I'm doing okay. I just the past couple days I've had just a lot more pain in it. I don't know, just bothers me because I've been doing so well and it's so good. And I thought, oh, I'll be good, and it just brings me back to my knee surgeries when I was feeling this way and I had so much scar tissue developing I couldn't get out of it. And I'm just worried about her. So hopefully.
You think maybe it's because you're starting to do more, so you're feeling more? You know what I mean? Like when
I'm actually not doing more, like, because I haven't been in the States at all. I've been doing some band stuff with my therapist, and Melinda had me in a few weeks ago doing a few band things, but I'm still not supposed to lift more than 5 pounds.
Wow. Yeah.
I've broken a few times, but I'm trying to abide by that. But it just at a certain angle, it just really hurts. But I see progress. I've done more than what I was before, so it's the best,
Okay.
scenario.
Yeah.
It is a little painful at times, but nothing I can't manage. So
That's not what you want to go through though, is it?
no, I had just quite a bit of pain with my knees at times, but it's just they're still not right. I mean, my knees themselves are okay, but it's just the I don't know, it's just the range of motion of my knees when I can't get out on the floor and do things like I want, and it's hard to get back, and I didn't feel that way before surgery, so it's just kind of depressing about that, but I learned to live with it, I guess. So we'll see. I'm sure it'll be. They told me I was above and beyond what most people are at right now, so that's a little better,
Mm.
This is Mike. I just sent a text to Melinda to see if they're having technical difficulties on their end.
There she is.
Jesus.
That was so
I guess that's the test of the speaker.
She just kept pushing the up button.
It was awful.
Where are we? Oh, make us pin us.
All right, we're over there.
I know.
All right.
Pin us.
Make sure that you guys can hear us. Confirm.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. First thing that I'm going to do is share the screen because I'm just going to go from my shared screen form that I made, and I'm going to type in there as we talk as well. Okay, welcome everyone. This is a new format that we are testing out starting today. Normally we would be doing our Fit Coach meeting. It has been every other Tuesday night at 6:30, and then we decided we're gonna actually just put the athletes, the fit models, and the fit coaches all together on a larger meeting once a month, first Tuesday of the month. So that way we can cover all three groups of you. Some of you are in one or two. Some of you are in all three of the groups. Some of you are just in one. So if you're not a fit coach, you don't have to stay to the end. So I'm going to keep the fit coaches to the end because they have to hear all three anyway. So I'm going to do the athletes first. And after the athlete portion, you can always log off after that. Then we'll go to the fit model portion, and then we'll finish up with the fit coaches at the end so they can gather all the info that they need. Also, I'm going to use this form right here and be able to just type up what we're talking about in notes. And then that way I've got a PDF of the notes right in the moment instead of having to wait for someone else to type them up and wait for them to load. I'm going to type them out as we go and then load them into the app so you can actually view them that way in the
Well,
app.
and I'll send it in an email. Just send me the.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
But I'm not waiting for anything. I'm just
No.
loading it right in there. And then
That's
you also have a
fine.
copy, and then it'll also go on the site.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Well, I'll just.
these are my typical topics that I just
download
put
it
down, just
myself.
real generic topics
Yeah, I'll
right
just
there.
download it myself. I'm not asking you for anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
So we're going to go over these 10 things every single time that we meet so we can make sure that we are catching anything that could be going on with any of the athletes, or, you know, what should you do if you're injured and you still want to go to a meet? What kind of stuff can you do there? And so forth. So for right now, upcoming competitions, we are just going to be discussing the one that's coming up
Nashville.
in Nashville. So we got Nashville, Tennessee on
The 15th.
October 15th. We have quite a large team now. Some people just want to do the Ohio State. They only want to stay in Ohio. Some people don't mind traveling. So the goal on our competitions, we discussed this earlier in the year for powerlifting because it was so hot in the spring. And every time we do the May Ohio show, it automatically makes us end up having to miss the nationals, which are in June, 1 month later. And those are a big competition because that's team nationals. So what happens with that is it is team versus team for the national record. So it's a much bigger platform. It is in Oklahoma. Not that we actually want to travel to go to Oklahoma, but that's their home. That's their home state, and so they do it in their home state. But so then we want to do fall power sports, which is Ohio in November, and we really love Nashville.
Nashville's fun. It's a good, easy
Yeah.
trip. It's easy to get down to.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just a lot of fun to be down
Yeah.
in the beauty of Nashville this time of year.
Oh yeah.
It's gorgeous.
It's good weather. There's
Yep.
a lot of outdoor. We spent the whole next day. We had a client who's a singer songwriter, and we got invited to a party at the home of the lead singer from Big and Rich.
Big and rich.
And I'm not into country enough to actually remember the details of who I'm talking about, but that's my name drop because I don't remember anything else. But we did that in the afternoon, but we went out to brunch at this gorgeous rooftop bar place. And so there's just a lot of really gorgeous rooftop bars. And because it's warmer down there and the sky is just crystal blue, Melinda was amazed the entire time we were driving through anywhere in Nashville the entire weekend. She was like, "Are we closer to the sun? Why is the sky so blue? Why is
nice.
it so crystal clear blue?"
So
So
beautiful.
there's just, it's not overcast. It's not cloudy,
Yeah.
where we literally are known in Ohio for having 300 days out of the year
Yeah.
of
Oh,
overcast skies.
Yeah.
It's just so crystal clear, so sunny, there's rolling meadows,
Yeah.
gorgeous big mansions everywhere. So it's just a really enjoyable weekend experience, fun to go out in Nashville, great brunching places. It's like the second most popular bachelorette destination now. So yeah, just great city to run around in, a lot of fun.
And we really like the promoters down there. The president of NASA's organization, she's out of Nashville. So they're really nice people. They put on a great show. It's a really cool gym. It's like a big athlete facility.
Yeah.
So it's got a lot of space. They open up the garage door, so it's got a lot of cool air coming through there. None of the kind of heat stuff, like what we had
Yeah.
in May in the Ohio gym. So anyway, so it's really cool. Travel info for this competition. I sent a packet that gave you guys the info on just hotel to reserve. We're actually going to stay in Columbia, Tennessee. Last time we stayed in Franklin, which was very, very upscale. But Columbia, that's where the meet is actually held. So we just want to be a little bit closer, and it's a brand new hotel there. Looked really cool. And then if the meet ends at a decent hour, then we may say, hey, we're meeting up. Let's all go, blah, blah, blah. It's completely up to you guys, whatever you want to do. But
we made big plans last year, and
no
then
one
there
could
was
make it. We were
well,
too
no,
tired.
everybody tried to make it, but
Yeah.
then there was something big going on, like Broadway and downtown. It literally looked like OU Halloween, like it was all roped off.
Yeah.
There was tightrope walkers right in front of the restaurant that we were trying to go to. So we finally got up there, and Miri had already fallen asleep at the table, so she and Michelle left. So it was not what we expected,
Yeah.
but
okay, packing backups for your meat. So that's one topic that I want to cover. I'm going to keep this on the agenda always. So don't just assume that you caught everything unless you make a list and you actually put it in your bag and you make sure you check it off. Just always make sure you've got like a couple pair of socks. They're real big, real sticklers on your socks when it comes to powerlifting. Your socks cannot cover your kneecaps, but they cannot not go up to your knees. So they have to come up to at least the bottom of your knee. They cannot not. So they're real sticklers on that. So if in doubt, you better pack another pair or just pack a spare pair. Also, just have a pair. Let's just say that you, like we had a couple people that forgot like lifting shoes or their deadlift shoes. Just always have like a flat pair of tennis shoes. Just keep a spare flat pair of tennis shoes in your bag. It doesn't hurt. So whether it's a pair of Chuck Taylors or just some flat tennis shoes that you can wear them for all three lifts if you needed to, and you don't have to worry in case something happens, bag gets lost, forget just one part of it, and that has some certain shoes in there. So just do a backup, usually on your socks, and just on having a spare pair of shoes in there. I try to make sure that I bring an extra belt, extra wrist wrap, but once again, somebody forgets theirs and you guys are all back to back, you might have to share if you don't have your own. So it's always important to have your own, but I still try to prepare for backups. Setting up routines, check and triple check that you have everything as much as possible. I do it. I've left my phone in the cart at stores so many times. I have OCD now on my phone. So before I leave in my vehicle, no matter what store I'm in, I go, where's my phone?
Right.
Because I've left and had to go back 100 times. So that right there, if you get some kind of OCD about your bag, make sure, I don't care if it's each pocket, here's all my deadlift stuff, here's my bench
Yeah.
stuff, here's my curl and clean stuff, or put them in bags that are all marked with all the items in there, whatever. Just make sure that you've got a really good, that's one thing that you don't want to lose your focus on, but
Yeah.
if it does happen, it happens. You just need to just kind of remain calm, stay cool, and then we can all finagle and make it work. So that's just how shit rolls. Next thing, every meet is the time to prove what you were working on and learn for the next competition. So I don't want you comparing yourself from, it's okay. I mean, you don't have to compare yourself from meet to meet. Number one, if you change age classes, a whole nother thing. If you change weight classes, a whole nother thing. Sometimes you can get real strong on one lift and just one is lagging behind. Other times you might be like, man, all three of my lifts got better. Sometimes you might be, I need more time to lift to get stronger. Sometimes you get real strong on a new lift and then it makes you sacrifice a little bit of weight on maybe bench or something that goes with it. If you were doing 3 lifts the first time you did a meet and now you're doing 5 lifts, that's going to be very taxing. So you have to plan for that. Don't have wrong math. Like, okay, why did my bench go down? Well, you added clean. So you have to understand that. Specifically talking about something like that. Sometimes if you did not do the off day workouts as you were instructed, which I do penalize people here, you'll be getting 50 to 100 push-ups when I see that you're not doing it, because clearly I can see that you're not doing it. But if you're not doing the off day workouts, there's no way. You have to stay pumped up, especially right now. We are in the 2-week period. So those workouts in the app, those every other day workouts have to be happening nonstop so you can stay pumped up. You don't want the blood leaving any of those muscles whatsoever, all the way to showtime. So it's critical. I don't care if you get in bed, get your ass out of bed, get beside your bed and finish the actual, those easy pump up exercises. Another reminder, keep in mind, this is for fun, healthy competition. A lot of people don't know how to compete healthy. Guys typically are really good about it, but girls usually don't. So we spend a lot of time training girls how to compete well and actually do stuff for self-love, and then also be able to be a really good support for other females instead of, you know how a lot of us may have experienced high school or college where it was just too bitchy or rude. And so we just don't want that environment. We want a really cool, fun environment. And so that's why we want everyone to just have a really good vibe for each other and be sensitive to each other's needs and support one another. And don't take it too serious. I want you to win. Brittany wants you to win. Todd wants you to win. Amp Up wants you to win. But at the same time, you got to have a good attitude and to refresh your memory from the last meet. No bad sportsmanship. Don't lose your shit ever on the platform. Don't lose your shit to any judge. Don't roll your eyes. Don't have an attitude. Nothing. So just good attitude. I want them to look to Amp Up like, wow, they are amazing. They're cool. They're fun. They work together so well. They're so inspiring. Everybody looks so good. I can't believe, did you hear so-and-so lost 100 pounds? Oh my God, that's amazing. That's the talk. That's the talk. That's the talk. So same thing when it comes to the track and field, you know, bringing masters athletes together, some who have never done track ever before. I've never done all the events he's put me in. I've done sprinting, but Brittany's the first time masters track athlete. She's never done any track in her life. So we're first timers, and that's really cool. And to be able to do it this late in the game is super cool.
And also keep in mind, so what Melinda just said about the way that we want to be perceived and the way that we want to be known, we already have a reputation that everybody has great form. Everybody's so professional. All of our athletes execute on a very high level. So that's the reputation that we've already built. Another reason that we're having all 3 of kind of the divisions on this call between our fit coach team, which I was talking this over with Caitlin the other day, getting the fit coach team together and solidified and off the ground and into a tangible identity and a thing, and figuring out kind of the spectrum of career play out that the fit coaches really wanted to do, and having the role models for each of those different types of play outs. That was kind of goal number one that we started a couple years ago. Then it was, okay, we have to lead by example. We have to start being the athletes first. So Todd made me do my first powerlifting show, my national track meets. Melinda started competing. He started competing. Now we're putting together, we have a powerlifting team, and we're putting together our track team. And then the third leg of this, the third division of this, is actually getting our transformational, inspirational fitness models out there. And so that's the thing that I was talking over with Caitlin, and then also with Irina a little bit really quickly over text today. And this is really where all of the storytelling that we've been discussing with the fit coach team is really going to start coming out. So that is also, there's a lot of overlap. There's a lot of overlapping people. There's a lot of overlapping themes in these three divisions. But the other thing that we really want to get known for is the transformation stories of our athletes. So part of my story as a track and field athlete competing in USA track and field is I never did this before. I literally didn't think that I was good at track when I was in middle school and contemplated trying out for the track team because I heard that it started out with a mile run. And I was like, well, that's how it starts out. We know this is not going to go well for me. First of all, why would I want to do that? Second of all, I know I'm not good at that. So I already don't think I'm going to be good enough to be on the track team. And so I never went out for track. And then it wasn't until my college years that Todd took me to the track, and he started testing and doing time trials just as part of my workout. And unbeknownst to me, he was looking up all of the state records. And then he took me over to the Thomas Worthington record board of all of the school records. And he's like, yeah, you're running these times. You should have run track. Well, should have made me go into this whole spiral of regret. That's a whole nother story. But this is all part of my story of how I ended up competing at track now in my 30s. And it just makes all of those victories even more sweet. So just know, for each of you athletes, this is never about one meet. This is never about, showing up and sweeping all the trophies and then you're done. This is really about your continued story of transformation and inspiration. And that's a story that's never over. It's just the next chapter. So that's something that we're really going to start getting into from a marketing perspective. And now that we have all of these people and divisions and everybody's kind of in the right place, this is something that you're going to start seeing and hearing a lot more of. So just remember that in your self narrative. So the way that you're framing everything in your mind to yourself, the way that you're talking to yourself, don't get too hard on yourself, because this is all just a chapter in the story.
Yeah.
And if you don't like the way this meet goes, it's just, what did you learn from it? What's the next chapter?
Yeah.
So that's really the way you have to think about it and frame it to yourself as an athlete of, all right, next chapter. All right, what do I want to accomplish in the next chapter? And then write that story.
Yeah, exactly. That's really good. And some of you will be, are multi-sport athletes. Like I said to Karen, it's like, sometimes people believe like, oh, is this too short a notice? I just went from one sport. Now am I going to be able to make it? Yep. A lot of you are doing your second meet this year, and we didn't need a ton of prep time this time, and we were able to just pull your muscle right back up to where we left off, and even better. So do understand that the more condition that you get in, the more muscle memory we create, and the easier it is to go from one sport to the next, to the next, to the next. And because track and powerlifting, they're both complementary sports. They're used for other sports.
Yeah.
So that's why they're so great. So you use powerlifting for different sports, you use track for different sports. So being able to use both of those and doing them year round to help keep your weight down, keep your weight in check, keep your attitude focused on your body and your weight and not letting yourself go. Because that is so much work to lose weight and then gaining it back. It's devastating. So, and we don't want that feeling anymore. We personally don't want it on ourselves. And then we don't want clients to go through it. So this is why we're looking to do something where year round. There's something that's going on that you got to stay focused for and just stay top of mind. Now I'm going to go on to pre-contest diet info. I loaded the diet plan, which is a killer this time around. So very, very strict. Got a rolling 48-hour fast in it this week. If you have to make weight, I prefer you get to your making of your weight this week. So next week you don't have any stress whatsoever. You just have to hold it down before your weigh-ins. I hate having to make weight at the last minute, and I certainly don't want to make weight on the day of. So I want you to come in under. So that's what the goal is. Some of you is real good at it. Some of you are like, oh my God, this is so hard. I had to eat some veggies. I had to eat some cheese. Who cares? It's still low calorie. So there's no way you're going to lose. You're going to do a great job. And just training your body to fast, 24-hour fast, dinner to dinner, or lunch to lunch, whatever way that you like to do it, is so great for you. All forms of fasting, intermittent fasting, 24-hour fast, 48-hour fast causes autophagy. And autophagy is a really, really important scientific concept. It's when the body finally has a breather because you're not eating, and it starts to go after folded proteins and just garbage that's just floating around in your bloodstream, free radicals and stuff that can cause tumors and cancer. And autophagy starts to munch on all that and then digest it and urinate it out. So it is an amazing process. So the more often you can go into autophagy in a month, the better. It's just so healthy and so good for you. It's great for collagen, great for anti-aging. It produces a longer lifespan, as they've proven with fasting on fruit flies. So it's really important. So anyway, this new diet plan is a 2-week cut, followed by
Yeah, you like
I
those buttons
know,
that don't work?
even bring it up. Followed by a 2-week
The most
protein
popular
load.
one.
Fuck me.
The most popular ones don't work. They got overused.
Protein load. And that protein load, I want to see what happens to your strength levels and all that with that 2-week protein load before we go to the Ohio State Championship in November. So that's going to be very interesting what happens with that. Pre-contest workouts, as I said earlier, it's very evident if you're not doing them. I will punish, just rest assured. So pre-contest workouts, this is a daily event right now. 2 weeks pre-show. And again, the purpose is to stay pumped up with blood in your major muscle groups. Oh, fuck. All right. So for the athletes, I'm going to give a little, so far, what Todd and I have been able to accomplish outside of me being off pretty much for 2 weeks with all of this poison ivy all over my face, which is absolutely, I can see out of 2 eyes again, absolutely on the home stretch now. But we were able to get typed up the roster with all your times or your throw distances and all that. So we got everybody typed in. We got everybody that's not going to make the cut on certain things, like you might be good at this, but not good at something else. So he had me type all that in there. And then, so we got that roster done. We did the sprinters, the throwers. Oh, we got them all. Sprinters, throwers, and jumpers.
Yeah.
Did I also get all the people when I missed? Right? Oh, yeah, we got them too.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got everybody keyed in. So now we have that roster done. Now he's working with a graphic designer. Got to get the roster made for the website, headshots, all the stuff that will, then he'll fill in what is the time that you are striving for, what is the All-American time, what is the time for what time or throw distance for gold, silver, and bronze. And so we'll have all that on the spreadsheet because I do everything. No chance. Everything is math. Everything is numbers, records, math, all that. So when you're looking, when you compete as a team, as a track team with USA Track and Field, you have your own points for your own gold. Personally, you go home with that. You go home with your own ribbon. And then as a team, Now we're going to be going up against Atlanta. We're going up against SoCal. We're going up against Potomac. And Potomac. So first place is 8 points that will go into the kitty, and that's gold for you. But then you bring 8 points to the kitty. So every first place trophy you get, first place ribbon or first place trophy, every gold you get is 8 points typically. Every silver is 7, and I think it goes down to fourth place. Pretty sure the points go down to fourth place. So if we have people in the majority of the events, guys and girls, then and we start racking up those points. That's how we start climbing up and starting to compete on that big level, region-wise and then nationwide. And then we go USA versus Italy, USA versus Sweden, and all the other countries. So that's kind of how those points are going to work for track. So we've got the first level of reports done. As soon as he's done with his next part, then we'll put together an email that says, okay, here's what we did. Here's what your results were. Here's where you need to go. And then here's an invite. Here's what the schedule is going to look like. Here's the time. Here's the day. It'll be on a routine, just like this meeting. So if he ends up saying, all right, it's going to be the second Sunday every single month at this location, then that will be what we do. And then we'll also have a workout that's going to be loaded on the app, and it'll be stuff that you do. Like I said, most of the stuff is not time consuming. It'll be stuff that you're doing when you're sitting in a chair or laying in your bed or before you get out of bed. A lot of my stuff I did with my ankles, my toes, my Achilles, my calves, all that kind of stuff. I just had to do all that stuff just laying down. And then some of the stuff I did once a week. I threw once a week, but if you guys are working with us as a team, you'll be doing all your events anyway. So it's really not that complicated. So once you see that it's actually just technique and you just keep practicing your technique, it's actually fun. And it's not time consuming whatsoever. So that's an important thing about the track. So once we're done with one more report, I'm pretty sure, then we'll put the email together and then send that out. And then you'll know what the next steps are that we're going to be moving in for track. We are looking for, and I want to let everyone know, keep your ears posted. Any indoor tracks that allow track teams to come into, but just let us go in like the way Mount Union let us, but that's 2 hours away. So we don't know. We don't know if Otterbein was a for sure. We just got to get it for sure. We need to get a yes. So when it gets just horrible, because we can use Thomas Worthington we did it all the time, unless it was either just too gross out.
No, but I think you just call and reserve because it's not open to the public because of liability reasons. So that's why we are a recognized track club, so we can get in there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why we're doing that.
Once we can prove or say that and do that,
we just have to complete that registration.
Okay.
That's why we're doing that.
Okay. All right. So that's pretty much it on that. I'm just going to put that here about track. And then if anybody has any questions, either you can type them or ask me before I move on to the fit models. Track and field, waiting on about, I would say, 6 more trials and final report.
Linda and Brittany, this is Mike. It may be in the information you sent out, but I presume there's a Friday evening weigh-in as well as a Saturday morning.
Yep.
And do you know what time that is?
Yep, it's usually always set aside your Friday evenings between 6 and 8. That's typically when they do them, 6 and 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
we also learned that there's horrible traffic around Cincinnati, and there was horrible traffic for whatever reason. Just construction. There was a lot of construction going on, a lot of semis
Mike
going
just
down
went
in
to
Nashville.
Mike,
Yeah.
what happened
How
when
was
you
the
drove to
traffic?
Nashville? Is the construction done now?
Yeah, it is actually southbound and northbound just before you get to Nashville on I-65. There's quite a bit of construction there.
Oh, still.
Mainly lane narrowing. If there's no accident, traffic's still moving. It's just slower.
Yeah.
At a slower pace. So
Yeah.
very unpredictable. But yeah, from 3 to 7, if you're coming into town, really either direction, in the evening, you're going to have some trouble. So there's some ways around, but
Yeah, so
It's
just
just
make
then
sure.
even the back roads get backed up down there. So yeah, time your arrival if you can, if you plan on coming in Friday, which I presume most people will since
Yeah.
things are starting pretty early Saturday.
Saturday, yeah. Weigh-in start again Saturday morning around 8. How long does it normally take you to get there, Mike? With all that traffic and stuff, how many hours?
Well, that normally about 7 hours from Athens.
From Athens?
Yeah, so we go down through across Greenup, link up with 64 near Ashland and head over to Lexington and around Lexington, which traffic around Lexington is really not too bad. And then we hit that Bluegrass Expressway that heads over to I-65 around Elizabethtown. That bypasses Cincinnati and Louisville.
Okay.
Might be something to consider if you think you're going to hit Nashville at rush hour.
Okay.
Or I mean Cincinnati and Louisville at rush hour. That stretch between Louisville and Cincinnati's a bad one. I never liked taking that one, but it just don't work. Yeah, I know most people recover from Columbus too.
Yeah.
So, but there is an alternative if things are congested. You're following Google Maps and you're seeing some bottlenecks over at Louisville, which often there is. You can head down to Lexington and pick up that Bluegrass Expressway, and that'll take you over to I-65 south of Louisville at Elizabethtown, and you'll bypass Louisville. So that's an alternative to consider.
Okay, cool, excellent. Thanks, Mike. Anybody else have any questions? I'm gonna look and see what the chat says if there's any questions over here. Log in till late. Karen saw. Will there be a recording? Yes, we are recording. We're gonna record this every single month.
Yep, and I will email it along with this PDF
A little note
of the notes.
Yeah, just a little review of the note.
Yeah.
Okay, so if anybody doesn't have any other athlete questions for what we just covered, is there anything else that's on the top of your mind about just thinking about Nashville?
No, the biggest thing was just the traffic because last time we had to call and ask them to stay a little bit later because we barely got there before 9 p.m.
Yeah.
And so there were several girls that were on dry fast that day to make weight. So they were not allowed to eat. They were not allowed to drink. They had one piece of gum. They were in the car together. Everybody was bitchy and hangry, and we were all stuck in traffic. And then I got lost. I hit a pothole. I somehow jumped off a curb trying to get out of the gas station. It was a whole shit show trying to get there before 9 p.m.
Yeah,
we left plenty early.
Yep. Okay. All right. So now we're going to move on. So if you do not want to stay for the show of fit models and fit coaches, you guys can sign off now, and we'll talk to you guys later. Also, if you are an athlete, you have to make sure that you actually get tested by me or Brittany. You got to do your final test, no later than Tuesday of next week. So I think I have everybody scheduled.
Final test?
Some of the people that don't come to me all the time, they have to just
final test. What
for powerlifting.
Oh, okay.
For me to look at their final list. I've got to type all the lists in next Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay. Bye. All right. Thanks for joining us, guys. All right. Let's go on to fit models. Upcoming photo shoots, travel, pre-photo shoot, diet, workout, and a couple other things here that we're just going to keep growing this as it develops. Upcoming photo shoot. What I just determined on that for a photo shoot, it's going to be a spring shoot. Is going to be the next time that we're going to need a shoot.
Okay.
Because we're going to need a shoot for athletes, all the new athletes on the team.
Well, also right now we're literally booked to Christmas with every weekend of things.
So springtime will be the next time that a photo shoot actually happens. Travel info for upcoming promo events. What this is we want to get to the point where Brittany and I have been doing these, but we're going to definitely need other fit coaches to do them. It was from Greenlee.
Yes.
Greenlee. Where actually getting doing events and an event. So the way I'm going to define an event is just having a table, and Kim does these events all the time with her healthy habits. And she puts the amp up protein and protein cookies or protein bars on the table. So let's say that you're a fit model and you want to have an event either at your work for a health seminar that you're having, and you can sell stuff at a table, or your corporate offices. Like we have some other fit coaches where the corporation pays for it for them, and they just pay for it, and they'll give it to all of their people. But if you actually want to sell and you want to either have a table at a gym or some kind of health fair, and you purchase the stuff, you can purchase it at wholesale, and then be able to make a 50% take on all the sales for the day, based on the price that we'll sell you all the stuff for you to actually make money off of that. So that's kind of the direction that the fit models will start to go in, be able to host tables, make money off the table that you host, and just do promotion events.
We're also going to need for different promotion events that we are hosting, and when Kim opens up at the convention center, we're going to basically need to employ models, for lack of a better way to say it, where, you know, you guys know our products, you're our fit coaches, you've been trained in our brand, which is the whole reason that we wanted to create a fit coach ambassador team and not just people signing up to be fitness models for us. So all of those things are going to be happening and coming up, and we are really able to now focus on networking and building all of our connections and all of the different gyms and studios and cafes. Stacy was asking, because obviously she follows the Newark gym, underground gym in Newark, and she's seen us there. She was asking about when are they opening up their place in Mount Vernon. And so he's not necessarily opening a gym in Mount Vernon, but he's opening a cafe there. And so we obviously get invited to all of these grand openings and promo events. So we're going to start taking teams with us, just like we did at the Full Throttle event, because, you know, just it's a bigger deal. And then you guys can see all the different opportunities and all the different networking and the ways to make money, and just really what it means to be in sales. And also, like I said about the Fit Coach team, everybody's able to do it a little bit differently. So, you know, Kim having Healthy Habits, and then partnering with Amp Up, and then having that space opening up in the convention center. That's the way she's playing it out. Where Stacy is a great networker, and she's sending out her crack bags to everybody she knows. And, you know, there's different play outs for each person. And that's what we really love.
That's how we want to keep growing.
Yeah.
What could the different play outs be? And so that's kind of where we're brainstorming now, with different ideas, like having a shake protein bar table. You know, like I'm thinking for the possibly the Tennessee event, just having a table there. Not that I'll put a shake, not that I'll put a blender there, but have shakes for sale, and with a shaker bottle, and they can shake them up, and then the cookies and bars. So we don't have to have somebody blending something up. So I'm just kind of thinking that through, where you don't have to blend it, but maybe at the Ohio State have a blender for that, and not have it for Tennessee.
We'll talk it through.
Yeah. So, but that's like one event. That's one type of an event. So whether it's a health fair or an actual gym opening, or we just did a smoothie, another smoothie bar opening. And then we're also, there was a big military event where they had a new military store that's going to carry our stuff, and they were sampling our
in
stuff.
San Diego.
So 122,000 of the military personnel in San Diego on a Top Gun Air Force Base in San Diego. So really, really big deal. That just happened last week. So just all kinds of different, like, unique opportunities. That's where we want Amp Up to be located.
And I would
around
say
athletes, around military, around people that care about their health and anti-aging and eating healthy and all that. That's the vibe, and definitely in small towns.
And I would say the more things that we do and that we invite you guys to be a part of, it seems complicated and it seems hard until you just go experience it. And then you're like, oh, this is so easy.
Yeah.
So for example, the owners at Subzilla and the managers, they literally go to 2 different gyms every single week and set up sampling tables. And they were like, oh yeah, it's a value added benefit to these gyms. We just go in and we ask, hey, can we set up a sample table here for like 2 hours in the middle of the day on a Tuesday? And everybody says yes.
And they sell their product.
Yeah, exactly. And so they just sell straight from the table. And then they're like, hey, our location's down the street. Come by, check us out.
Yeah.
So again, for each person, we want it to be the most natural fit with your actual lifestyle, the most natural fit with your personality. So the more things that we are able to do as Amp Up and invite the fit coaches and the promo models along for, the more you'll get to try everything out through us and just say, oh yeah, this is actually easy. I can do this. I
Yeah.
can go into a gym. I can ask them to do this.
Yeah.
Or I know somebody who knows whatever.
Yeah.
So again, we're never asking you to do something that's outside of what comes easy to you or what is a natural fit to your life. We're
Yeah.
not asking you to cold call strangers out of a phone book or anything weird like that. Just literally what is the path of least resistance within your current life, and who do you know, and what can be easy to play out in addition to the 8,000 other things you're doing in the day.
Exactly.
That's all.
Okay, so pre-photo shoot diet info and workouts, that will be when we get closer to an event. We always give you at least 5 weeks. Fit models usually need just about 5 weeks to get ready for a photo shoot. So just know that's something that we'll cover closer to an event like that. How to send shape samples to anyone that you know. Cindy was asking me this the other day, so I said, okay, I'm going to go over this in the meeting and type it up here. So what you want to do, the easiest way to do it, to send free samples, have Amp Up send the free samples to anybody, relatives, coworker, whatever. You just go in for them. That's easy, right? Is if you do it instead of waiting for somebody else to do it. And put in the flavors, and then choose, if it's going to be egg white or whey or whatever, and then check out as guests, and then put in your friend's name, address, phone, and email, and then the promo code. I need to type that in there. You have to enter in the promo code that gives free samples and the free shipping. Email and add a free gift promo code. To check out for $0. And we'll ship them 3 free gifts. Under the special notebooks on the checkout screen, put referred by, put your name right there. So that way we can start racking up who is referring who and so forth. When they sign up for auto ship, then you start to actually accrue the credit and so forth. Our web store is accruing all this. We just are not at the state yet where we have a whole system down on payments and having it auto pay right when something happens. We're not there yet. We're still developing that, and I'm meeting with the new CPA this week over it. So that's pretty much it for what we're going to cover on fit model topics right now. So we're going to move on unless you guys have any questions.
Well, I have something to say.
Say that again.
I have something to say. On
She's
fitness
got a little
models.
bit more
Yeah.
to say. All right.
Okay, so like I was saying during the last segment when we were talking about the athletes, what I'm going to start developing now is some of the initial fitness model profiles and narratives.
Okay.
So I've talked to Caitlin about this. I've talked to Jessica about this. I've talked to Irina literally for 3 seconds over text today about this. And then I have a couple other people that I'm going to start actually getting their narratives out there, because there's something, first of all, they all have phenomenal before and after transformation results. So all of the people that are going to be this initial fitness model narrative squad, they are all at their goal weight. And then they've all had immense obstacles that they've had to overcome to get to that. So just so you know, you're going to start seeing on the website, on the blog, different promo on social media, before and afters. This is kind of the third leg of our 3 divisions, where now you're going to start hearing about the fitness model, inspirational, transformational fitness model team. So again, this is the third layer in everything that we've created, because a lot of these people are on the fit coach team and or athletes on our team. And then this is just kind of the third layer. So we didn't want to come out of the gate using the phrase brand ambassador too much or fitness model too much, because all of that gets so overused.
Yeah.
And this is really about the depth of the stories behind each one of those things. So there's a career depth to each one of our fit coaches. They all have their own story, and it leads to the career trajectory that they've chosen and the way that they want to brand themselves and tell their story. each of our athletes, they have their own narrative. And this is not just we're here for every type of athlete and we're representing every athlete and we're signing deals. This is really, we're about powerlifting and power fit, and we're about USA track and field. And those are the two channels that we're going to dive deeper into. And that's what we're going with that. Now we can actually get into this fitness model layer where, again, a lot of these people have lost weight and become a fit coach, lost weight through being on the power fit team, being on the track team. So this is kind of the third and final leg of what we are creating here to represent the entire Amp Up brand. So I don't want anyone to feel left out in any kind of way when these stories do start to get presented on the website, because this is just the beginning. All of the fit
We've gotta get
coaches are going to have
everybody's
their,
story.
well, all the fit coaches are going to have their narratives presented a certain way. All the athletes are going to have their narratives presented a certain way. This is just kind of me getting the prototype developed for the inspirational transformational fitness model side of it. So then Todd can see, okay, we have all the pieces of the puzzle. Now let's get to work. Let's get more content created. Let's get the marketing materials created for the fit coach narratives and the athlete narratives. So these are just the things and the puzzle pieces that I have to get started and get the wheels turning on. So I don't want anyone to feel left out. Like, why wasn't I chosen? Is my story not good enough? What's going on with this? Yeah. So there's very specific people that I've picked for certain reasons. Everybody deserves the spotlight that's on our team. Every single person will have their spotlight, but there's certain elements that we're fulfilling from a marketing perspective to get this up and running.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, gotcha. And everything that we've told you from the past, it's all still in the works. It just,
Yeah, we were talking about the inspirational fitness models 2 years ago, and here we are.
That's 4 or 5 years. That's 4 or 5
That
years.
was the first week of Fit Coach, and Fit
Yeah,
Coach was
that's 4 or
talked about
5
a year and a
years.
half ago, and then
Yeah.
Irina was like, "Wait, that thing a year and a half ago."
That
So
might
here
be-
we
yeah,
are.
that might be
Irina
5,
can tell
6
me
years.
what
Yeah.
day and time we first talked about
Exactly.
this.
These things we hash and hash and hash and hash and hash until we say, all right, we got it. Like, when we said this thing about these shake tables, that totally matches us, and military and
Yeah.
sports teams
Yeah.
and specific type of sports match us. We also have the what are they called? Oakland BMXers. So we've got BMX
Bay Area
racers,
BMXers.
Bay Area BMXers. And then Michelle is going to, her husband is manager for Five Finger Death Punch now, and she's going to get all of the Amp Up products in the hands of Five Finger Death Punch. So that's getting ready to happen. So I'm so excited for that. That's my #1 favorite rock band. So excited about Five Finger Death Punch. Anyway, we're going to move on unless you guys have more questions. Just a few more things to just cover with the fit coaches.
Okay, wait.
Okay, go ahead.
Melinda, I
ahead.
missed the part when you gave the code that we use. Are you going to send that to us?
It's located on the hub. That code for gifts, that's located over on the hub. I don't have that memorized. But
Okay.
I know it's over on the hub though.
Okay.
It might be free gift. I just don't have that memorized. I do know it's over there on the hub though.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Okay, so fit coaches in the news, updates on what is going on. So I want to use that as an opportunity just to talk about different fit coaches. Brittany brought up Kim, fit coach, what she's doing downtown with that. So once we get a little bit more info on when she's going to open and her launch, and being able to bring fit models and fit coaches down to support her in a grand opening way, I'm going to make that one of the news right there. So we kind of know what's going to happen with that and know that ahead of time. Also want to talk about Rhonda. She's doing really good training. She's got her schedule booked. She doesn't have any more time. So pretty much, I don't know if she has even maybe for one more client, if that. But she's here and she's training people. She's doing a great job getting results on them. Some obviously are easier than others. She does have one difficult one, more of a hypochondriac. So when you're dealing with an emotional issue like that, but she's just flowing with it really, really well. For all people to be her first client, she has that. So, which is so difficult compared to just like a healthy person that just wants to drop weight. So she's kind of feeling the, all sides of it, of training and so forth, but she's kicking butt and just killing them. And going on to the next one, training out of the AMP facility. Main thing on training out of here, just make sure you just check with us for times that you want to train, just to be sure there's not 8 of us here all trying to use up every little corner. Obviously between 5 and 6:30. Those are the busiest times, really just 3 days a week. But the rest of the times are very, very open. And Rhonda always finds a little corner. I had him clear out that secondary VIP room. We put a new mat down on the floor, organized it better. So you absolutely can fit a human being in there, you and a human training out of that room. And Rhonda does a great job. All of us do, just use up a little bit of the boot camp area. If it's nice out, go outside, use the sidewalk, line drills. There's so many different spots that you can just narrow off and use it. I don't know why that went for fit coaches. I did leave photo shoots there because fit coaches are always included in photo shoots for professional shots, exercise shots, new head shots, a more revised before and after. So obviously for fit coaches, your photo shoot will be in the spring as well as for the athletes and the models. It'll be in the springtime. Do's and don'ts. If you're locked out, the key is in the lockbox on the handle. So that is something to know, that if for any reason either you don't have a key or you got to get in, or you forgot your key or you lost your key, I have that there. So it's the worst, I imagine the worst case scenario, any of us getting locked out, and that is the perfect way to actually get in. Number 4, how to determine how much money you want, how many clients that is. It's literally just as basic as you say, I want to make another $600 a month. Well, that's 2 people paying you $300 a month. All you need is 2 clients. So I just want to always hammer in how easy it is. And again, some of you might want to train, some of you might just want to do Zoom workout programs and meal plans and not train anybody. And so you're like, well, $59 for the meal plans, $79 for the workout. That's about $140 a month. You're just like, I have 10 people pay me, give the same meal plan and workout pretty much for most people. And I just train once a month, load all that in the app, and I'm done for the month. So
And
that's very easy money.
That
Very,
is
very
a
easy
certain
money.
niche. There is a
Yep.
certain niche of people. Melinda has more male clients that do that than females.
Yep.
But there is a certain niche of people that
I was very motivated
want
to do that.
just a plan sent to them,
Yep.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Um,
And they're very motivated people.
Yeah.
So they train themselves in their home gym. They
Yeah.
just love the variety I give them. They're like, oh no, I love your diet. I love your recipes. They already eat good. They're just like,
Yeah.
I want variety so I can enjoy my food. And so they pay me. And
Yeah.
they're so easy.
and it's
so
a different,
easy.
but just keep in mind, it's a different person and it's
Yeah.
a different market of people
Yeah.
than the people that you see here in the studio and that you went to Body by Todd with, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So there's certain people that come in here for the experience. They come in for the conversation, the therapy, the relationship, and they enjoy coming in here as a part of their lifestyle. There's other people that like working out on their own.
Yeah.
And they like
And they
following a diet plan on their own.
Yeah.
So just understand it is not the same person.
Yeah.
And don't try to go after the same person. And, if they like working out with you, don't try to sell them on this DIY project because they probably won't follow through on it.
I mean, if they are a person that's like both,
Yeah.
you and I are both.
Yeah.
Rhonda's both. Cindy trains everywhere she goes. So they can do both. And that's the person that's like, I like both. I'll come to you once and then I want to work out to do on my own on the off day. So
Right.
there's that too. So it's not just if the person really already shows you, I'm one of those people that does everything on my own already. So
Right.
this is not a new thing for them. They
Right.
already like to do shit on their own. More ways to get involved and paid as a fit coach. So I wanted to mention assistant coaching for the teams for practices and at events. So that's one way of getting paid. Filling in, subbing for boot camps or sessions if I can't do a session or whatever. Offer shake bar at work for health day. Take 30% of the sales. Vending machine options coming soon. So we're going to be moving in the direction of really basic, really simple, really cool packaging that is going to allow us to put multiple things in a vending machine, from low price like protein cookies all the way up to earbuds for $40. So we're going to have a whole line, SOS items, all kinds of different stuff that can actually go into a vending machine. And if you man that vending machine wherever it is, then that is your that will be all your cuts. So that's kind of the direction. It's another one of our unique ideas of just a really cool way that makes life really simple, really basic, and very passive. And if it's in the direction, and that could be an idea. I left on here how to send the samples. I didn't need to leave that on there. It doesn't need to be on there twice. Taking that off. I don't want that on there twice. There's something else I can put here for the fit coaches
No,
for number 6.
no. What are you doing? You're touching everything.
I'm just trying to hit delete here.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have any questions at all? And you please ask. Otherwise, we have done the whole meeting and made it pretty efficient. We'll have different topics each month. So some kind of topic. I just wanted the first one to just like get some kind of a skeleton framework about what I want to make sure we're always talking about and covering. Anybody have any questions or comments? Okay.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Thanks for joining. I'm going to save this as a PDF now, and I'm going to load it over on the app, and then Brittany will have it as well and send it in the email.
Yep.
So I want to try to get this information to you guys right away, right
Yep,
after we
as
do a
soon as
meeting.
the video is published, let me know.
All right. Thanks, guys. Nice seeing everybody. I'll talk to you later this week.
Bye, bye.
Happy healing, Cindy. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
How do you? How are you doing?
Here.
How do you?
Here.